Let's go. Players, coaches, fans young and old from across the globe, welcome to the Week 9 recap show of the Bigs. As always, I'm your host. I'm your commissioner. I am Timmy Westside, and it is always my goddamn honor to be here with you all recapping the greatest league in the world. Week 9, finito. Moving to the halfway marker of the season. Dice has been cast, stones thrown, clouds have cleared. What did we learn? Bigger week than last week. Last week, quiet week with only one team over 200 points. This week, a little bit more of a turn up. 4 teams over 200 point marker. We had the toilet bowl, a big first place battle. And there is no time to waste. Let's just hop right into it. Who came out on top? Kids show. Who was left weeping? Let's find out right now. And we, of course, need to begin. Lost last week, wins this week. 8-1 on the season. Got the rings, got the bling, got the baby. Stick taps, Shauner getting it done on and off the ice. I'm talking about the Borland Backhanders 213.5 over the Burt Macklin squad 206.9. Now I have a headache. Whew. Yes, stick taps for Shauner on and off the ice. I mean, kids are nice, but regaining number 1 seed, 8-1 on the season, that's something the history books will remember. Second highest total on the week with 213.5 points. And this week, I mean, you look at his top 3, no one over 20 points, but it was his depth that got it done for him. In total, he had 6 players. So his top guy was 19 points, but he had 6 players alone of just over 14. So no top dog, but just a battalion of guys getting their job done this week. Who did it the best? Svechnikov. Oh my God. Andrei Svechnikov. If there's an A and it ends in an ov, his name is Andrei. It just is. In my brain, that's how it works. 19 points, 3 goals, 3 apples. Mitchie Marner, 17.6 points with 1 goal and 3 apples. And then we flip it over to the goalies. This two-headed monster, and I can clearly remember, no spoilers, but on draft night, I wanted to pick a goalie 1-1. Not 1-1, but first. And I was like, Markstrom had a dodo bird fucking season last year. Hellebuck, come down to earth. Shesterkin's my guy. Sonk. Because Markstrom and Hellebuck have been leading the way for this bad man all season long. 15.5 points for Markstrom this week, a 2-0 record. And Hellebuck, 14.8 points right behind him, a 2-1 record. And bringing up the rear, Joseph Wall, 7.6 points, 1-1 on the week. A good bounce back after losing last week to Kenny. Again, over 200 points this week, and it is the 6th time out of 9 weeks that Shauner has eclipsed the 200-point marker. Second highest score in the league, 8-1. No surprise there. Quality dub. Helps out Timmy Westside taking down Burt Macklin squad. We'll get to it. No spoilers. Let's flip over to Burt Macklin squad after winning last week. No. Yes. No. Yes. No. Yes. No. 2-7. He now drops to, he lost. He was the all-time thug. Got it. Another frustrating 200-plus point loss. It was actually back and forth, as Larry alluded to in the chat on Sunday. Jake was within punching distance. A couple bounces here, there, could have taken him down. But Not the case. He did have the third highest total of the week this week. So another, as I said, frustrating when you're that close, when you're playing that well, when you're putting up numbers and still getting L's. It hurts. Trust me. I know. As I said, 2-7 on the season. His top three. This one I highlighted. Michkov. Habs fans don't want to talk about it. 22.2 points. Not the first time that this guy has led the way for Jake in a weekly matchup. He's had some sleeper, like the rest of us, like the rest of our keepers, rhymes, weeks. However, he has also had some big weeks where he has been Jake's top dog. 22.2 points. He got it with 2 goals, 4 apples. Gustafsson, Frederick Gustafsson, Felipe Gustafsson, nailed it. 15.6 points, 2-0 on the week. And Shane Gostisbehere, 14.6 with 5 apples. No goals, he's just Mr. Dish. Dishes. I don't know. I'm trying to think of something in my head. Goalies. Let's flip over to them now. Bobbers. Getting some action this week. 1-0 on the week. 7.8 points. Jeremy Swayman. We will see him later too with Larry. Because they did the snap. 7.3 with 1-0. And Lankinen, 2.6 on the week for Jake. Again though, but over 200 points. Jake had a solid week up and down the lineup as well. 8 players of over 10 points and 14 players over half his guys with 7 points or more. Listen, we'll get into, there's puck luck, but there's schedule luck. We will get into schedule luck later. No spoilers. It's actually shocking. Sucks for me, but it's shocking. That's it for Jacob. 2-7. Big matchup this week against Larry. Let's move on next. And we will get to... Ooh! Comeback Kid, please stand up. 251.6 points. Takes down Rubber Puckies. 204.7. First thing I wrote. Christoph, Comeback Kid has entered the chat for first place. Let's go. 7-2 Comeback Kid. 7-2 Rubber Puckies. 8-1 Bowling Backhanders. Bootsy. For a couple weeks now, it was Ken. It was Connor. And then Bootsy. Kind of on the outside. Staring in. Hey guys, you gonna let me in? This week he busted down that door. He said, hey, I'm here. Let's party. 251.6 points. A 40 math guy. 7-point win over Ken Dog, who has been humming. Bootsy very much now in the conversation for first place. And going after that first round by come playoff time. As I mentioned, highest score of the week. Shot at number 1. His top 7. We'll get into big, bad Kachuk in a minute. Holy smokes. But his top 7 were all over 14 points. He had 12 players of over 10 and 16 players of over 7. So like literally everyone had at least a couple points. Like huge. 251.6 points. Really a no doubter this week. His top 3. Exclamation point. We got to write down who the record is, but 33.4 points for Matthew goddamn Kachuk has got to be sniffing the record. How did he do it? With 5 goals, 6 apples. How are ya? Braden Point, 21.4 points. 21.4 points. What a loser. 2 goals, 6 apples. And Jesper Bratt, 17 points, 2 goals, 4 apples. His goalies wrote it down because he deserved it. But then Boots dropped him, so it was weird. I don't know. Because someone picked him up today. I don't know. I'll go check the game notes. Whatever. Joey Decord, 14.4 points, 2-0 on the week for Bootsy. Ottinger, 7.8 points, 1-2 on the week. And Stuart Skinner, 7.4, 1-1 on the week for him as well. I've said it before. As long as your goalies are getting you a win. Get a win. Scratch across 2. You're in the conversation for a team's top 3 players of the week. But at least get one. Get one. Get the 7+ points and help your team out. And that's what his 3 did this week. As I said, won by 47 points. It was kind of a blowout. But what really did it for him, was Thursday. 82.7 points dropped on Ken Dog's face on Thursday. Huge. Could not recover from that. Flipping over to the Rubber Puckies. Stick taps, because this guy had been on a 6-game winning streak until this week. 7-2 on the year now. Still right up there with the big dogs. Yeah, a 6-game winning streak. He hasn't lost since before Halloween. That feels like I can't even count how many times I've lost since Halloween, let alone just racking up wins. His goalies, as you can tell from his top 3 outside of Connor McDavid, who had 15.2 points with 1 goal and 5 apples. It was the goalie show that led the way for the Rubber Puckies this week. Aiden Hill, a couple big dogs up top. Aiden Hill, 19.6 points, 2-0. Vasilevsky, also 2-0 with 14.3 points. And Gorgiev, 8.3 points, 1-0. 5-0 goalie record this week. Over 200 points. You got to think that his team let him down. That his skaters let him down because his goalies were literally perfect. 5-0. Wish mine. Fucking take notes. We'll get to it. No spoilers. I'm trying to keep it a little bit quicker this week because last week's was a 37-minute marathon, and I know we got stuff. We got stuff to do. We're all busy. Some of us are making babies. Some of us are just fucking losing games. We'll get into it. I'm not bitter. Ken Dog, the last thing I have written down, he didn't win a day. Oh my God. He did not win a day until Friday. So, as I said, it was kind of over before it even started, especially with the Thursday 80 burger. Say 2. Couple 7-2 teams. Not even first place. Outrageous. So we've on next. 2. It's fine. The toilet bowl. Is this our 3rd toilet bowl? I had one against Larry. I won. Jake had one against Larry. And then this is the 3rd toilet bowl. The 3rd toilet bowl of the 2024-2025 season goes to... This is dumb. The Breakfast Club. 184.9 over Timmy Westside. 183.9. Wow, so there was an adjusted record. So literally that fucking slashing penalty. We'll get into it. I'll explain right now. The Breakfast Club improves to 2-7 on the year by a single point. Timmy Westside is now 1-8. We'll get to Timmy Westside in a minute. I'm sad, but I'm not. I'm numb. Uncomfortably numb. You too. Is it you too? No, it's not. Tragically hip. Nailed it. Wins the toilet bowl. The 2 lowest scores of the week. It's a toilet bowl for a reason. tied for he's 2-7. He's tied for fourth. We stink. And to be honest, I really didn't deserve this win because as I'd written down, Larry was in the driver's seat all week up until 8:30 on Sunday night. We'll get into it. So the right team won. The proper team won this week. It would have been an even more injustice to snag it away from him as the bell tolled midnight. I know it's struck, but tolled just sounds proper. His top three: Austin Matthews, 18.0 points, 2 goals, 2 apples. Artemi Panarin, 12 points. Oh my God, 12 points. And he left 4 on the bench on Sunday. Artemi Panarin, 2 goals, 2 apples. Sebastian Aho, 12 points, 4 apples. His goalies. Not Tage Thompson, that's a player, Tim. Logan Thompson, 10.1 points, 1-0-1 on the week. Lankinen, flip-flop from Jake, gets Larry the dub, 8.8 points on the week for a 1-1 record. Bennington, 8.3, 1-1. Swayman, 7.0 points, 1-0. You got to think, if I didn't put that trade through, would that have affected my matchup? Ifs and buts are candy and nuts, I'd still be a loser. Okay, so let's get into it. How'd he do it? Not impressive when 2 of your players have 12 points in your top 3. Not impressive when you only have 184 points. Not impressive unless you're playing Timmy Westside. How did it happen? What went down? I don't know if anyone else was watching other than Larry and I. Oh, I didn't even mute it. I clicked the wrong thing. I'll fix that in post. And I went even closer to... Anyways, Sunday night. Larry literally had the lead every single moment of the week, Monday to Sunday, until 8:35 on Sunday night with 2 games left. All of a sudden, I'm up. Shout out Kent Johnson, has 2 goals within a minute 42 or something like that. And I'm like, this isn't happening. Larry still has a whole Colorado game, plus a couple guys playing in the nightcap. Colorado guys from did nothing. Where's Cale Makar? Can't find him. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to win this thing. A minute 26 left in the last game of the week. Stankonen. I mean, what a fucking name. What a guy to do it. His team's up 6-2. He could be in the shower already. His keeper, he should be up in the press box. Gets a tripping penalty. Gives Larry the point. And at that point, I was up by 0.1 points, so there has been a stat correction. But I was like, am I going to win by 0.1 points? I wouldn't have. Imagine we did a tie. That'd be cool. Reminder, if there is a tie, it goes to most goals that week. Don't know what it would have been. Anyways, 1:26 left. Stanky gets a penalty. And now we flip over to Timmy Westside because I was like, that's just... I didn't play well. Last week, I had 232 points. And now I have like 60 points less than that. Lose both games. I wrote down big bold letters. This is my destiny. Like I was losing all week. I have nothing to be mad at. It was cute how I got so close. I have been chosen, boys. I'm gonna run you some stats. You already know. 4 weeks ago, lost by 10 points. 3 weeks ago, lost by 6 points. Last week, lost by 4 points. And then the gods were like, let's fucking tickle this guy's butthole one more time. Lost by a point. I've lost this past month. My point differential is 20 points. And I'm 0-4. My top 3. Dobson. 15 points. You stink. 1 goal, 4 apples. Sorokin, I actually like the pickup. He lost last night, but I think I'm going to like this pickup. 14.6 points, 2-1. Trocheck, 14.4 points, 2 goals, 3 apples. I'll quickly continue to the rest of my goalies, which actually not bad. Just the rest of my team, nothing. Shesterkin, 7.3 points, 1-1. Kochetkov, 7.1. Good to have him back, 1-2. I don't deserve anything else. Except this little, I mentioned puck luck. We'll call this schedule luck. I was like, going through my team. I'm like, I'm really not that bad. I really like my team, actually, just not getting the luck. Jake's barking about it. Had been barking about it. Everyone's had the raw end of schedule luck. It's part of the game. In my mind, it always comes out in the wash. I've said that before on this program. And I was like, I'm not bad. I put 232 last week. How much has my schedule really affected my outcomes? So I switched schedules with Shauner. I took the same points as I would have had week 1, week 2, week 3, up to week 9, and just switched them with who was Sean's opponent. Like, imagine on draft night when I clicked randomize, boom, boom. What if I had just had Sean's schedule? How would I be this season? Instead of a 1-8 record through 9 games, I would have a 5-4 record through 9 games. Through 9 games, a 4-win swing. Good to be lucky. Lucky to be good. Boop.